shit.
You had one job.
He literally had one job.
You had one job.
One.
Wait, hold on.
Uno. Really proud of you, Richie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Third Down Thursdays. 2 things you need to know. Number 1, I'm not touching production today, so if anything goes wrong, you can blame Richie or Bruce. Number 2, we actually have 3 things to tell you. So number 2 is we're live on Instagram right now. I don't know if anybody's actually going to watch or how this is going to work or what that's going to look like, but we're live on Instagram. Bruce just got a notification on his phone, and he's pulling it up right now.
That wasn't me.
Otherwise, what wasn't you?
Anyway, what is going on?
I have no idea what's going on. But number 3, what was number 3? You made me forget number 3, Bruce.
Hey, number 3, I'm back.
Number 3 is Bruce has a soundboard. That's what number 3 was.
It's so scary, the fact that I figured some of this stuff out, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's kind of funny because you know darn well that I'm gonna be doing some stupid.
This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna like this. But yeah, welcome to Third Down Thursdays, ladies and gentlemen. In case you missed it, Eric and I ran Beers and Sports last night with Bruce busy at work. We finally got to do our Brady versus Rodgers debate. And although I didn't completely change Eric's mind, I at least softened his stance a little bit. So I was very happy to see that I was at least able to bite into a little bit of his belief. It was a lot of fun. Bruce, you listened on the drive home and the drive to work today.
Yeah, no, man, I loved it. Like the whole entire time that I ended up listening to it. To be honest with you, and I really do agree with you on this premise about the idea that culturally, I guess, for like we are different from different cultures with regards to the time frame in which that we grew up and things that like we kind of measure, because like Eric and I were both looking at it from a standpoint of not being able to measure the leadership ability of
the winning factor. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I love the way that Eric articulated himself with front office. Like every front office in every professional sport, they want to win championships, and that's how they that's how they grade themselves. However, I love what you brought. I love the fact that you brought up the years played, like and the things like that. And I love that just the overall way that you both presented yourselves. I was like, damn, dude, maybe I should just let you motherfuckers do this shit, because like my ass is like, I was absolutely blown away, super entertaining, humbled by it, because having 2 very knowledgeable people that and Eric and I actually talked about it like in our individual text message group. And I was like, dude, like it was awesome. It was incredible. And Eric's like, the really cool thing about it is we have 3 people that have the ability to jump on with one another and be able to have that like understanding with each other, and have that like ability to connect and ability to talk and ability to just kind of bullshit with one another. BS. And by the way, the fact that you brought that in was hilarious. You know, when you were, it was so good. I was like, this motherfucker right here. Also, real quick, I gotta give a shout out. I gotta give a shout out real quick. So one of our buddies, Tep, he's like, hey, for once this show started on time. I saw, yeah. So I gotta make.
We're gonna hear that.
So I gotta make a mention on this. And first thing I said as soon as I saw that message or saw that comment was, "Shut the fuck up." I really did say that to him too. And but the difference is, Eric travels to my house to do the show live, and every once in a while there are snafus that do occur, and unfortunately we do not get everything set up in time because Eric has to set up his laptop, his camera, everything like that. Like he's bringing multiple things. The fact that he's able to, he's seriously humbled and blessed me with the fact that like he keeps the soundboard here. So it makes it a little easier for both of us. It makes it a quicker setup. So the fact that he said that, though, I was kind of pissed off about that. But anyway, I digress.
Wrong.
It was an absolute great show last night. What you guys both talked about and how you presented your arguments were amazing. And I'll be honest with you, I start like that like the I guess like the gauge on my end actually like lifted up. And you know what I'm saying? Because like it was over here. It was like, okay, so here's Rodgers, here's Brady. Mine was like probably like here, like it wasn't
It
completely.
was at like 10 degrees.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden yesterday, I won't lie, you brought it up a little bit. That's what she said. You brought it up a little bit. That's what she said. And it was it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I appreciated it, and I thought the banter between you both were awesome. The only thing that I honestly I'm really upset about, and I was not able to drink the beer.
Yes, I actually was. And me too. Like Eric said in his Eric professional beer way.
I yeah,
he was
I,
like, he was like, MJ, I think this is actually a beer that you would like because Eric knows that I don't like beer. It's nasty. I hate it.
I promise you, you'd like it. It's really
Yeah,
good.
it sounded good. Like when he was talking about it, and that's another thing. I always enjoy watching your face when he does the beer review because it's like he goes so in depth, and it's as if he's speaking another language, which isn't a bad thing. It's just like you can tell that that's what he does.
He knows. He
You
knows.
know?
I mean, he's been, like I said, has been a part of that industry for almost 20 years. He
Right.
gets it. Here, real quick, I created the overlay of what you got, what it was on. It was blazed orange brewed by
Yeah.
Hot Butcher for the world. I've actually had that before, and let me tell you, the fact that he said it tasted like a dreamsicle, and that's the description of that particular beer. 21 and over, 21 and over. Um, awesome. It's a really really good beer. It's sweet. It's a pillowy type of taste to it, a pillowy type of like texture in your mouth. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it. It's really really good. So I 100% agree. I don't think they have it out in the Dallas area, but you can sure as hell look for it, and I'm sure you can probably order it.
Well, I'm not in Dallas, so.
Well, oh no, you're not. You're not in Texas anymore. I see that.
Well, no, I haven't been in Texas.
I thought you were in Texas. Why did I think you were in
No.
Texas when
I don't know.
when
Eric
you-
was saying that last night too, and I'm like, I haven't been in Texas since December.
I like how you just went along with it too, because shit,
Oh,
I
wow.
even even I was like, hey, real quick, I got Sai, come on, man. Come on.
No, but I agree. It might be a bad idea.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. I love it.
But no, like I said, though, awesome job, great job. It was fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
The thing I loved was he and I were just as willing to like yell at each other as you and I were, which I wasn't sure going into it because our pre-show meetings are a little different than
100%.
most pre-show meetings anywhere in the world. And Eric and I were just kind of like, hey, here's what we're going to do. Here's the 3 things we want to talk about. I totally acknowledged. I was like, Eric, there's a decent chance we only do Brady versus Rodgers. And he was like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, you
guys
ended up
being
spend a
true.
significant time out.
Yeah. So what I came away with though was I don't know how often, but we need, even if it has to be like and we'll just, do these behind the scenes things publicly because that's what we do. We need to do like, I don't know if it's monthly or quarterly or whatever it is. We need to do like a sit down MJ and Eric debate on something.
No, I love that idea.
Because
I love
A,
that
we
idea.
got really good views on it. And B, I think we actually did a very good job. We didn't even have a moderator.
I know. I was about to say I didn't have to be like, because I did, like, no joke. There was a part of me that was a little nervous, and while the graduation ceremony was going on. By the way, first of all, if there's anybody out there that is watching who was a part of that graduation, because sometimes congratulations, awesome job, great job, you deserve the best. I really hope everything works out for you. Anyway, I ended up pulling up my phone and checking on you guys real quick, and just to be like,
I saw that.
are these guys good? Are these guys good? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm like, all right, we're good. And then, like I said, and then there was at one point when I was listening to the show on the way home from work yesterday, that I heard a little bit of like you guys both kind of getting heated, and I loved it. That's actually when it started getting good too.
Yeah.
And so I actually do want to.
I know exactly when it was. It was when he brought up Michael Jordan to talk about Tom Brady.
It was that. Okay, so real quick.
I was like,
so,
what are you? What?
Okay,
I was so confused, and that's when I got him. Was when I let him fully go through his entire MJ debate, and I was like, well, here's the thing about Michael Jordan. And I saw the look on his face. He was like, ah, crap.
Well, what was really great too, because I didn't, because obviously I was driving, so I couldn't watch it. I was listening to it, and it was just honestly, I actually enjoyed it more listening to it just on the drive than I did actually watching it. But I digress. But so generally speaking, though, I loved it. I thought it was awesome, and I think that one of the things that I thought about in the truck was, what if LeBron didn't have such a bad record in the NBA Finals? What if LeBron ended up getting like 8? What if he had 8 right now? What if he had, or what if he had 6 right now? Would that narrative change? So that's what kind of came to my head when when you guys were talking about it. So I don't know. I kind of wanted to pop that up and pop that question, like while we were talking, like just right now recapping the Beers and Sports last night, because honestly, what you guys did was great. And by the way, real quick, I do have to apologize to our viewers and to Eric. My fault. Excuse me. I planned on working the graduation like months ago. At the time, did I think it was landing on a Wednesday? No, because I was just like, yeah, I'll work it because I want to see the guys that I coached. I want to say what's up, whatever. But okay, so that's legit not my phone. I just want to make it known right now. I don't know if you heard that. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh my God, it is Richie. Okay, so our producer doesn't know how to shut his phone off, and I'm hearing Snapchat notifications, text notifications in my ear right now. So real quick, while I'm at it, as of May 19th, 7:12 p.m., we are looking for a second producer.
We're looking for an executive producer.
I'm kidding. And Richie's like, this guy. But
stupid schmuck.
So to continue with what I'm saying, you guys did, like I said, you guys did phenomenal. You hit it out of the park, and it was really fun to watch. And I really wish you guys could have touched on the Luka Doncic conversation a little bit more.
Yeah, I wanted to. And the point I made to Eric before and after was like, we're not. We're neither of us are going to be as passionate about that one. Although I was ready for that one. Like I had my numbers ready to go for that one. We just didn't have time because we took 45 minutes on the first one. I was like, if we dive into Luka, we're going to be here till 9 p.m.
So the only argument that I actually do want to touch on with that. So actually that's a fairly smooth transition into it.
Yeah.
What Luka Doncic is doing with that Mavericks team is absolutely absurd. There is no reason why that this team should be, or there's no way that this team should be anywhere near where it's at right now. And honestly, like, what was his rookie year? 4 years ago? 4 years ago? 4 years ago?
I 2018, so
4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it makes me upset that year the Bulls won absolutely completely meaningless basketball games that got them out of the chances of potentially being further up in that draft lottery. And it's disappointing, and because I would have loved that guy. It's funny too, because there was Carmen and Yurko from ESPN 1000. Yurko actually watches European leagues and stuff because Luka's been a European player for years, and I think he was like a pro over there at the age of like 16, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah,
and he actually brought him up in a broadcast in the Chicagoland area. And when I heard that, and I heard about him, I actually looked him up, and I, kind of curious, whatever. And I was like, okay, this guy might be a stud. So anyway, long story short, I've always been a huge fan of the Bulls having him. I actually think he's a centerpiece type guy. I think he is. I think he's a centerpiece type guy. I'm not going to say anything about MVP right now because we weren't going to debate that. I'm not going to say. I think he's a centerpiece guy for a franchise. I'll say that.
I think he's James Harden.
Okay, so young James Harden.
Yes.
Okay,
But
and
I don't think he's going to be James Harden where if you look at the attitude, if you look at the style of play.
Interesting.
At
So
some point, I think the way he plays basketball is going to get phased out, and he's going to drop down in points. He's going to drop down in rebounds. He's going to have to turn into a point guard where he scores less. Obviously, he's going to pad the stat sheet for years. But I think at some point, the game is going to catch up to him, and I don't think he will ever be able to carry the Mavericks to a championship. Unfortunately, I think because
his
of
body
his
can take it.
incredible usage rate, who's going to want to come play beside him? Kristaps wasn't able to do it. Like, you really, other than other guards who dominate the ball, nobody else has had huge success with him. You know, you have like Dwight Powell averaging 8 points per game. You have Dorian Finney-Smith averaging 9 on 3 threes a game. But you don't have I can't think of a superstar, another superstar player who would fit really well alongside Luka, because most superstars need the ball in their hands. And it's the superstars that can play without the balls in their hands. The superstars that can play without the ball in their hands that win championships.
Fair. No,
Why is
okay.
Curry so good? Because he can play without the ball. You don't see Luka moving like Curry does without the ball.
So I did a comparison on actually it's StatHead Basketball, but it's basketballreference.com. I love that website. Great web great website to use. I'm sorry.
I said words are hard.
Words are hard, apparently. Whoa. What is Anyway, so looking at the per 36. So the per 36 looks like from their top years, Luka, so let's say points, Luka is 28-1 and Harden is 25-9. Let's go adjusted shooting. Let's go. Okay, so Luka is a 45% field goal percentage. James Harden 42%. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Luka might actually be, according to some of the advanced metrics, Luka might be better. Here, I'll share with you the link in this chat. But honestly, though, like, so from a pure and this is also basically me being biased too, because I actually do really enjoy watching his play. I would actually,
fair. And don't get me wrong, I like watching him play too. I just look at it as stats equal volume, or volume equal stats.
Right.
Like if you gave a lot of guards with his skill set that usage level, yeah, like obviously he's an incredible talent because he's 6'7", he runs the point guard, and he can shoot step back threes
and he can back down guys like Chris Paul. That's like nothing.
Well, Chris Paul's 6'1", 190.
Well, it was just an example because he's running the point guard spot, but
right. No, I know what you mean. I think it's just, again, and this is just the way I am. Until I see Luka be the guy on a championship level team, I'm just gonna see it as stats.
Fair. No, and that's fair. And I don't disagree with that at all.
And really, all I need is one. Like, show me you can do it once, and then I'll believe that you can do it forever. Like, I'll believe that you have the capability.
Dallas was so all right. So I'll just say it with this comment. If you take Luka off that team in Dallas, they're trash. They are brutal. They are the absolute biggest piece of in the freaking league right there. You like that? I know Richie likes that. I know the producer likes that.
I don't know about biggest.
I know. I don't think so. I don't think.
But I mean, yeah, like Spencer Dinwiddie and Jalen Brunson would be combining for like
Jalen. Jalen Brunson. I do. Okay, so that's another guy I do enjoy watching. A local guy
Chicago
too.
Product there.
I'm sorry.
Jalen Brunson is a Chicago product.
Yeah. No, I know. He went to Stevenson.
Yeah.
great guy. Like, and to be honest with you, I didn't even know if he was going to be that good, and then watching what he did at Villanova, I was like, okay. And then like have him like all of a sudden, boom. Well, yeah, it's not
Well, because
bad. It's not
I
bad.
remember watching him in like the IHSA tournament and all of that, and I'm like, yeah, this guy decent. I mean, he's obviously the best player on the court when he was playing high school basketball, but
Oh yeah. So speaking of that, so now to make that awkward, weird like comment, how about Max Christie, a Rolling Metals product, currently right now at the NBA Combine at Wintrust Arena in Chicago.
really,
He made it official. He is going to forego his college career and jump into the NBA draft.
wait, so he can't do that.
He's going to the draft. Like, so he
How do
originally said
you have
he
to
he
go to
originally said that he wasn't going to do it, and I just remember, this is me just remembering off the top of my head, so I apologize
okay.
if the verbiage is wrong. He said he was going to test the waters, so basically not hire an agent, not, you know what I'm saying, not like, advance it to anything else. But I think it was today, earlier this morning or yesterday, they made an announcement that he's going to go to the NBA.
Really?
Yeah, Max Christie is going to go. So instead of playing basketball for Michigan State, he's going to go to the NBA.
But like isn't it still that you have to go to college? He's going to the G League,
No,
right?
he is. No. He is in college. So his freshman year was this past year. He was one of the top.
Okay, that's what you were
Oh,
confusing
that's
me.
what my. Well, no, I thought you knew. I'm sorry. So he
No, I mean,
actually
no
had.
disrespect to the guy. I have no clue who he is.
He was ranked as one of the best shooting guards in the nation.
Oh,
Still, he's in the top 10 shooting guards in the nation as a freshman. Great basketball player, super smooth, silky. I coached against him from junior high all the way to high school.
yeah.
He has no fucking clue who I am. But I'm going to tell you right now, though, like, this kid is. He's legit. He pull up from anywhere. From, obviously this is high school when I was watching, but
Yeah.
seeing what he was doing in the in the NCAA with Izzo, absolutely amazing. He's a 5-star recruit. Thank you, Richie. And no, it's incredible. I think he has a very humble attitude going
Yeah.
into it. Both of his parents are. I'm gonna try to. I'll try to find the interview that they had with him today. It was awesome. He wants to play in Chicago. He would love to play in Chicago, but he's like, I don't care. I just want to play for somebody that wants to have me or wants me. So
Yeah.
pretty badass, pretty cool. Kind of watching the maturation process of him. His father played in the NBA. His mom, I think, was a very high level NCAA player. I don't know if she got to the
That's
WNBA or not, but yeah, incredible. I think it's really, really cool. So
Yeah, and I like.
yeah,
I actually wish guys could go straight out of high school still.
I agree. I actually think it'd be kind of a fun.
That was.
Oh,
I have no more substance than that. It was just. I thought you were saying the kid was going out of high school, and I
sorry.
surprised, but I
Fair.
like it.
That's my bad. So the one thing I was off on is his dad played high level college basketball, excuse me, and his mom played at Northwestern.
Okay.
So that was my bad. That was my
college
bad.
basketball?
Northwestern women's basketball isn't considered high level women's college basketball. Sorry. If anyone plays college basketball, I mean, it's D1 regardless. So shit, that's way better. She whooped my ass in a game of 1-on-1.
Fair. Oh no, I'm glitching.
Uh-oh. Glitchy.
Hello?
That's because you're running the Instagram live at the same time. No, you're
Yeah.
all good, man. I got you. You're
can hear
not glitching out. Yeah, you're fine. You're not glitching on my screen.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, it's me.
I just got muted. The soundboard was like, "You're too loud,
Dude,
dog.
you are too loud, my guy.
You are way too loud."
Well, no, I want to hear your thoughts. We'll go
Oh, we're transitioning, huh?
Celtic first.
Oh, yes. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I know you wanted to talk about the Heat stifling defense. Richie also had a few stats for us on how good Jimmy Butler is. because you believe he's very underrated. So give me a few thoughts on the Heat series.
All right, so real quick, I haven't actually dove into the numbers. Divid. I haven't divided.
You haven't
I know.
dissected. You haven't.
No, I'm dissected. Ooh. But no, I haven't looked at the numbers per se, but just watching the way the Miami Heat, and I'm looking at this. So keep in mind, the way I look at some NBA, NCAA games, I just love watching basketball. And I think Eric said it very well last night on the BS podcast. Like he's just a junkie. I enjoy watching basketball. I enjoy breaking down things. I enjoy watching rotations and things like that, and just like the art of a game and watching what the Miami Heat do on the defensive end. In the first half of game one against the Celtics, I thought they played like absolute trash. They didn't assert themselves very well. They didn't play, I guess, it's a very cliche statement, but they didn't play Miami Heat basketball. That third quarter, I think they were plus 25. I think they were plus 25 in that third quarter of game one. And they asserted themselves. Jimmy Butler went off. It was fun. Their rotations were just spot on. And Eric touched on it last night also with the space given between open threes and open shots. In the NBA now, if you're not able to close out on threes, you're fucked. You're not going to advance. You saw what happened to the Milwaukee Bucks. That being said, and the Celtics, I do like the Celtics defense. However, everyone wants the Celtics. Everyone's predicting the Celtics to win. I actually think the Miami Heat are going to win this series. I think the Miami Heat are going to win the series. So that brings me to this point. Jimmy Butler is an absolute fucking assassin. That guy, like, I want that guy playing on my team. The Chicago Bulls fucked up by not re-signing him and they letting him walk. But that was an old regime, so I won't get on that. But that guy is very underrated. I think that the fact that he has multiple 40-point games in the NBA playoffs, he knows when to turn it on. He knows when to take over. At he has 5 40-point games in the look at the production. Look at that. 5 40-point games in the playoffs in his career. And I don't remember if that's like a significant, like higher up on the chain of, like who scores the most or whatever, blah, blah. But I love it. I love what he does. I love the fact that he plays both ends of the floor. I think he's very underrated. I think that he has a mental approach to the game of basketball. And I know this is not quantifiable. I know this is in a situation where, okay, we can look at advanced metrics and blah, blah, blah. I get that. But seeing what he does and the way he approaches things and seeing the fact that he calls out Eric Spoelstra and he's like, you would have won jack shit without freaking Dwayne Wade. And then Spoelstra's like, hey, go fuck yourself. I knew you were crazy. Like, I love that. And I think that's great. I love the fact that there's a competitiveness to him that he brings to that Heat culture, and it's fun. It's great. I think the Heat win the series. It'll be fun to watch the Heat play the Warriors in the NBA Finals because I think that's an awesome matchup. I did not predict that. I did not think so, but I love it. I think it's good stuff. Jimmy Butler's a stud,
and I think what the Heat do that impresses me the most is their ability, and we talked when we had Mike Ruiz on the show, we talked about this, is the Heat's ability to take guys like Max Strus, who were undrafted. He's now offensively and defensively one of the keys to why the Heat are playing so well, because it'll lock down your best guard and it'll shoot threes in your face. He's the reason that for whatever is going through Eric Spoelstra's head, and it's working, so we're not going to question it. Duncan Robinson is sitting on the bench making $17-20 million, however much he's making, because he can't play defense.
15.
Can
15.
So that ability, like, we've talked a few times about, the reason I refuse to trash on the Packers draft until I actually see it play out is because I trust their player development system. You have to trust the Heat's player development system because consistently they've been able to get the best out of everybody. Jimmy Butler was not really a scorer. I mean, he was able to score the basketball, but he was not an elite level 40-point game ability scorer till he got to Miami. And it really was the ability for Eric Spoelstra to say, dude, if you're feeling it, if it's one of those nights, you want to go out there and be that guy.
Just go.
And it's the, I will give you, it is the culture in Miami that is a winning culture. They're one of those NBA franchises that they don't stay bad for long. They're going to find their superstar to come to Miami, and they're going to be able to build around them very easily, because once you have that guy, Miami finds a way to make it work.
So if I may, so if you look at Jimmy Butler, so when he was in Chicago, so I'll say 2014, 2015, he averaged 20 points, 2015, 16, 20, 21 points, 16, 17, 24 points, and then he left and he still averaged 22, 18, 21, 18, 19, 21, 21. He's been fairly consistent throughout his career. I mean, in the games that he didn't average many is with injury years. So, but to go back to the point about the consistency with the Miami Heat culture, there's one man that there's two men, but there's one man in particular that I wanted to talk about is Chad. What? What? Oh, oh he froze. It's me. Oh. All right, if we can. All right. So unfortunately, MJ is having some internet issues going on. He's very happy in this. I love it. But so that being said, the one person that I absolutely like, I can't his face. All right, so real quick, guys, MJ's unfortunately having issues. We were talking about the Miami Heat culture and how things are getting better, or how great they are. And the one person that I want to give credit on is Chad Kammerer. He's been in the Miami. He's the head of the scouting department for the Miami Heat, and he's been with the Heat for 19 years. He's been the head of scouting for the Miami Heat for, I just saw it, I apologize, for at least 10 years from what it was, but absolutely amazing. And I think that he and Pat Riley obviously trusts him. And now we have MJ back. MJ, welcome back. Your face was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off at it.
I saw it on my Twitch stream manager. I saw it the whole time. I looked like an idiot.
I was laughing so hard, but
I was just talking to Instagram while I was gone.
Oh, fair. But I was talking about Chad Kammerer. He's the head of the scouting department for the Miami Heat, and I was giving him like big time credit for what he has built and what the things that he does for them.
And honestly, I don't think you can say enough good things, because in the NBA, like I said, when I was talking about Luka earlier, I said you don't win championships without two superstars. The Miami Heat made it to an NBA Finals a couple years ago without two superstars, because Bam Adebayo, incredible player, all-star level, not a superstar. There's a difference. Jimmy Butler is a superstar. They don't have another superstar player, and they're on the verge of, if they can take care of business against the Celtics like you and I think they will, they're on the verge of making two NBA Finals in 3 years without a second superstar, which is very impressive and almost unheard of in the last decade.
So, no, and I agree. So to go back to what my point was about the scouting department, and I'm sorry, I was listening, but at the same time, I was kind of doing a little bit of research on it. The vast majority of the guys that have been a part of the Heat's scouting department have been there for more than 8 years. I'll say 8 years, because it's pretty amazing. And they have Glenn Rice on their scout team ambassador. Bob McAdoo is actually a part of it too.
Really?
There's another gentleman, Randy Embry, Jack Fitzgerald, Bob Stack. I just honestly, I think what they do is amazing. Everything they've built down there is phenomenal. And granted, the biggest, and if you remember this, I don't even know if you remember this, but some of the older people that watch our show and I say older, around my age, that watch our show, and obviously older, hopefully, is that in Miami, the original thought process about that team, after Alonzo Mourning, after Tim Hardaway, after that team left, it was just an area that no one went to games, no one cared, and all of a sudden the big three came there with the Threedles or Beatles or whatever the hell they were called. No one actually cared; they just bought everything. They just the Heatles. That's what it was. The Heatles.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, again, same thing. They just bought their team. But what's pretty amazing though is seeing what they're doing. They're building their team. And granted, they have guys on that roster that they've acquired, like Jimmy Butler being an example.
Right.
But you have guys that are able to recognize players that are wanting to go to an area that is beautiful, warm, no sales tax, take full advantage of the opportunities that you possibly have, and that's what the Miami Heat have done. And I don't mean to glorify the Miami Heat. I did not know that I was even going to go into this, to be honest with you. But I absolutely love what they've built down there. I love what they do. It's a state. The stability of that organization is phenomenal. It's because of the guys at the top. Pat Riley, he's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I agree. And they're going to win that series. Golden State is going to win the other series. What Golden State was able to do last night, they just came out in game one and showed the Mavericks that we are the better basketball team. Andrew Wiggins shut down Luka. Luka was not himself. And Kevon Looney was able to just take advantage of the small lineups that the Mavericks like to play. For the first time in a long time, the Golden State Warriors have a center who's bigger than the other team's center. That's very rare. Normally, it's Kevon Looney that's getting taken advantage of. And now he's able to dominate in the paint, which is rare. Steph Curry doing what he wants at will as usual. Klay Thompson took like 3 shots in the first half. Golden State was winning by 8. Came out, drained 3 threes in the third quarter. Hit 2 fadeaway mid-rangers. Andrew Wiggins with 19 points. Like, they just have so many people who can do what they want to do. And the scariest thing is Draymond Green is attacking on the offensive end again. Draymond Green had double-digit points last night, which I can't even remember the last time that he did that. And for the first time this season, he isn't pissing me off. For the first time in the entire season, he is not a liability on the offensive end.
So you'll know better than I do about this. I watched a little bit of the game, but obviously since I was working, I didn't see all of it. And I saw highlights, so it was anything special. Who is matching up against Luka right now? Is it Draymond?
Andrew Wiggins.
That's actually pretty. That's not bad, actually.
Yeah. So what they would do, but the amazing part is when they run Draymond at the 5, that they do a lot. You know, Luka can't run a pick and roll to get off of his good defender onto a big man. He goes off of Wiggins onto Draymond. But even when they were playing Kevon Looney last night, Kevon Looney held his own against Luka. Luka, I believe, only scored 6 points in isolation against Kevon Looney all night. That's a problem if you're Luka Doncic. If you can't win isolation basketball against Kevon Looney, no offense to Kevon Looney, but what are you doing? So, I mean, when Steph, Klay, when you have 4 out of your 5 defenders in your starting lineup, you're extremely comfortable with guarding Luka Doncic, because Steph Curry is the 3rd highest rated defensive guard in the playoffs this year. In terms of
they called him. Did you see the interview when they called him a two-way player? And
he
was like,
what did you say?
Scusi.
And last night they were comfortable with Kevon Looney switching on screens.
Yeah, I mean,
so when you have all 5 positions, you're comfortable guarding Luka Doncic. Like, yeah, he can put up all the points or all the stats he wants to, but like, he wasn't scaring anyone last night. And so, you know, Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, that's when in the NBA you need a second superstar. When yours gets shut down, the Mavericks don't have anybody else to step up. If you
a second superstar,
if you shut down Curry, you've got Jordan Poole. If you shut down Jordan Poole, you've got Klay Thompson. If you shut down Klay Thompson, you still have former number 1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins. It's just not fair to some extent. And they were playing really good basketball last night. They were moving the ball. They limited their turnovers, which was a big issue in the last round. So and again, Curry said it in his post-game interview, you know, a Kobe Bryant quote, "Job's not finished. We're not done. It was only game 1. They did what they were supposed to do. You know, opening game at home. They should win that game. They got to continue that. But boy, that's got to be disheartening if you're the Mavericks to get just destroyed on every front like that.
So I was kind of interested. So you kind of intrigued me a little bit because the Mavericks have used this very type of blueprint before, and that was back in 2010, 2011 with Dirk. And I'm not, and not at all. And before we go extreme, before people are like, "What the fuck is Bruce talking about?"
Not
Stop.
comparing Luka to Dirk.
No, not at all. Dirk is a Hall of Famer. Dirk is also an NBA Finals MVP. Stud, absolute stud. NBA, and he's a Hall of Famer, like I said. But I was just looking at their roster that year that they won, and name wise, they have some guys that people will recognize, but you don't get that you don't get that idea that there's a second all-star to that group. And yes, they had Jason Kidd.
I was gonna say J Kidd is the only one on that team I could remember.
But that was it was his 16th year in the NBA.
An elderly J Kidd, yeah.
So if I may, people that may be recognized, I'll say JJ Barea because I hear Richie in my ear yelling JJ Barea. Corey Brewer from the Florida days. Karan Butler, Tyson Chandler. I think Tyson Chandler won Defensive Player of the Year that year. And
I was going to say that's a younger Tyson Chandler.
I mean, it's his 9th year, so that was like prime. Braden Hayward, Sean Marion, but that was his 11th year. Remember that shot? Sasha Pavlovich.
Bless you.
Peja Stojakovic. Dude, actually, those guys could shoot. So that's one of the things that I actually do think that the Mavericks
similar strategy.
The Mavericks might be missing. But all I'm saying though is I think we've seen this Mark Cuban built / like whomever else built team before, and he's trying it again in the current NBA, and we'll see what happens. I'm not saying it's not going to be successful because obviously you've made it somewhere. You made it to the Western Conference Finals. So
right, and I said this to Eric last night. I do think the Mavericks are going to cause trouble for a few years in the West. I think they're not going anywhere. They just really need to figure out that they changed their identity mid-season, getting rid of Porzingis, bringing in Spencer Dinwiddie, and going to a smaller lineup where Luka essentially plays the 3 sometimes. And then they run Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell, who are both stretch 4s that can't really rebound. So you're really trusting Luka to rebound the most. So it's just a weird lineup. Like they make the Golden State Warriors look conventional, which I never thought I'd say. Since the Warriors have their weird death lineup that they run sometimes. Actually didn't run it last night at all, which was interesting. They were playing Kevon Looney a lot. And that was something Steve Kerr wanted to do coming into the series because he wanted to take advantage of the size that they had against the Mavericks. So, I think it'll be at this point, I'm going to say Warriors in 5 until I can see the Mavs win a game in Golden State.
So thank you. This leads me to my controversial take that I wanted to say. Warriors sweep.
Whoa.
And it's not because I don't like Luka. I just think that the amount of talent that is there, and I like Jason Kidd as a coach. Don't get me wrong on that either. But there's a part of me that was like, I think I might say Warriors sweep.
Well, they didn't even really make it close last night, the Mavericks. It wasn't like, it wasn't like what the Warriors did to the Grizzlies in Game 6 of the semifinals, where the Warriors went on a 13-point run in the last 3 minutes and they closed them out. This was an obliteration. They embarrassed the Dallas Mavericks on a national stage, and it's really hard to come back from that, whether or not it was on the road, whether or not it was expected, whether or not they lost Game 1 of the first series of the year. You got obliterated by a team that is 16-1 when they win the first game of a playoff series. The only guy to come back from that was Bron.
So that being said,
but you ain't LeBron.
No, hell no. So that being said, I actually do think that like they might get swept. There's a
fair.
part of me that wants to be like, okay, I'm gonna put money on this just because. And Eric used this term, and I loved it. The bullets in the gun for the Mavericks do not, and it's ironic on this too, because the Mavericks with the whole Texas and they do not match up against the Warriors whatsoever. Because you got Poole, you have obviously Curry, you have Clay, you have Draymond, you have Wiggins. Like that I'm sorry, like who Dallas has who? Brunson. They have Luka.
They have Dinwiddie.
And even that, I'm sorry. Like I actually do like him. I do like him, but is he better than Poole? No. I'm not taking him over Poole. I'm taking Poole.
Poole's better than everyone in the Mavericks not named Luka Doncic.
Okay.
Yeah,
exactly. So like genuinely, and again, it's not me just being like an asshole about it. It's not me. No disrespect at all to the Mavericks, because I think they've overachieved this year. I don't think that they expected this team to be as good as they are. So speaking to your point, like in the first round, the Golden State Warriors played the Denver Nuggets. Okay, Denver had the MVP. And I actually think that was a tough matchup. I think Jokic was a tough matchup for the Warriors. I think the reason why the Warriors won one game is because you have a legitimate post guy who can shoot and do just multiple things. And I think that they struggle with
do whatever he wants on that court. Yeah,
exactly. Everything else, whatever. All right, so they lose one game. Okay, whatever. Next round, they end up playing Memphis. And I think Memphis won the one game that Memphis won, and I think you touched on it a little bit last night. Where the Warriors were kind of just like, oh, okay, whatever. He's not, Ja's not here. He's not in. Right. And it was kind of one of those like playing a shitty team. And they're overlooked. They were overlooked in that particular game.
You play down to your opponent, yeah.
Exactly. And it does happen, unfortunately. It happens on all levels. Every sport, doesn't matter. So that being said, I don't think it's like that in the Western Conference Finals. I think that there are things that they've seen from Luka that they don't like. And this is just me spitball an opinion. That's all it is. I like Luka. Like I said, I think he's a stud. I would totally take him on the Bulls 100%. There's a certain brashness about him, and I can level with that because I have like that same kind of swagger, that same kind of like
Draymond hates him with a passion.
Oh, exactly, and they should. That's what makes it fun. That's why Devin Booker absolutely hated his ass in the previous series.
Yep.
And I loved it. But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it great, because you're actually seeing genuine characters of like, you know what? Okay, they played against each other all the time in AAU. Not everything's all handshakes like, yo, what up, dog? Nothing, it's not always like that. There's genuine times when people get pissed off and I want to beat you because I'm better than you. Like, I love that. And I think it's great. But there's like part of me that thinks that the Mavericks get swept. That was my controversial. That was my controversial take that I didn't share with you at the beginning of at the beginning.
I'm not gonna disagree. I just gotta think Luka's gonna steal one game at some point, but also, again, you're looking at a team that's much more talented than the Golden State Warriors, and they taste blood. They are close. They're back to high level playoff competition.
Wait, they taste what? You said what?
This is we had our Discover Peoria ad. Anyway, the weekend's right around the corner.
Hey, by the way, they ghosted us. I hate you guys. Fuck them.
A little bit.
But real quick though, Lou Malnati's always great pizza. We miss you guys. We hope to talk to you guys soon.
We miss you, Luz.
We do.
Maybe if I come up for some Bears games that we need to get credentialed for.
Yeah, let's go. But I like Cy. To get back on it real quick, Cy came up with, I appreciate that, Cy. 6 regardless. I agree with that. But again, I do think that there's a potential for a sweep here.
It could happen.
So we're gonna say that. I'm sorry.
No, what I wanted to say was, and I don't think we've really officially talked about this on our channel. It's 7:50. We got 10 minutes left, so I'm gonna.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
say something real quick. We'll do a little bit of
Smooth
whatever
jazz.
you want for the last few minutes. But I do want to say we are very close to our website being launched. And we're going to be doing some big things with that website. We're going to be bringing a couple more people onto the team in different capacities. Looking to expand more of what we're doing. So with
we can announce
coaching, it may be an off time for sports, right? NBA wrapping up, NFL's in their off season. Major
That makes
League
it fun though.
will be in the dog days of summers, and that's exactly where Third Down Thursdays was born and grown, and that's exactly where we will expand because we've got the time to. We don't need to be spending all of our time going over every single game of the NFL season and everything that's going on and all the NBA playoff matchups. Especially once the NBA finals are over, you can expect some bigger things coming from us at Third Down Thursdays because we're going to be doing a couple things around the corner near the bend to grandmother's house we go.
What? All right, so I'm just going to say it. I
don't know.
So that being said, there are going to be people that we're bringing on to our platform that are going to be writing for us. There are people that have seen what we've done and love what we're doing. There are going to be shows done at Bottle Theory. So I can officially say that now. I can announce that now that we will be live at Bottle Theory for Beers and Sports and some Third Down Thursdays episodes too, because I would love to have those episodes with MJ and Eric debating whatever topic that might be. And getting after each other with that. So there's some good stuff that's coming around the corner with all of this, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good times. We have and I have to bring this up. There's going to be a NHL portion to our show as well because I'm sorry, we do have to have that. I'm a bandwagoner. I'll admit it. I'm a bandwagoner, but we're bringing on some people, and we already have a producer, a part of our show who is going to who's way more knowledgeable than us with hockey. And
bro, he's blind. I can't even see the puck.
Fair. So
I can't talk about hockey. Beats me.
All right, so it's gonna be some good stuff. We have a comment in the chat that I'm going to put up, and MJ, I will let you have the reaction to this.
So there's a little story behind this that I'll tell. Paige and I went to Iowa this weekend on Sunday for her friend Taylor's graduation, hometown friend from high school, and we went to Drake's graduation. After the graduation, we went to find something to eat. Went to a great place called Zombie Burger. Really interesting theme. I had one of the best burgers I've had in a long time, and it was right before this Celtics Heat game. I can't talk. So they had on just random like ESPN2 while they were waiting for that game to start. There was
the Ocho?
Unfortunately, not ESPN Ocho. But they had on Yale versus St. Mary Joseph's lacrosse. And let me just say, I did not realize – I've never watched lacrosse. I don't care. It's the prep boys' sport. However, seeing how much they just beat the crap out of each other.
They truck each other. They do. And I actually love that.
And it's like kind of intense. And it's like hockey, soccer, and rugby had a baby.
It's hockey and soccer. Hockey and soccer is probably the best way to put it too.
Yeah.
And even Richie in my ears right now, he's like, it's hockey and soccer. It's hockey and soccer.
Yeah, Richie, nobody cares about hockey or soccer unless you're talking because you actually know what you're talking about, which is why we're going to have you write about it. But it was actually very interesting to watch some lacrosse. And it was one of those things where, like, you know, when you watch curling at the Olympics, you know nothing about it.
Right.
Most people don't care about it. So it's entertaining just to watch because – okay, does Cy like soccer or hockey? Oh, he's probably a Blues fan. He's a Cardinals fan, so he's probably a Blues fan. Bruce, let Richie put up the comments.
That wasn't me.
Richie, what are you doing? Richie, are you okay?
But all right. Anyway,
Richie, it's not funny.
All right.
No, nobody's giggling.
So I like how you thought it was me. You know, there are times
well,
where
sometimes I try to put the comment on YouTube. Yeah.
There are times I take what we're doing seriously.
Wait,
but anyway,
like mayo.
Oh man,
they're talking about
we are tangenting like crazy right now.
Gosh.
But that being said,
the viewer portion of the show.
It's true. We are definitely going to expanding. It's going to be some fun stuff coming. That's what she said, and it's just going to be some. It's great. We're also that being said, actually really cool news. We have people talking so that I've heard like that have come up to me and tell me they're like, hey, what merchandise do you guys have? Blah blah blah, and they'll ask if we have.
Sai wants his merch, by the way. He's been trying to DM you on Twitter.
Me? Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I haven't gotten it.
He said it won't let him.
Oh, word. Hold on. Oh, I got you. Sai, let me I don't even know how to do
I'll send you his
give me his info. So I'll get you. Sai, don't worry about it. I got you. But real quick though, so everyone we've been talked to from guys that are currently still in school, college. And apparently some college people really enjoy watching our show. So
really?
Hats is a big thing. There has been a big request for hats. So
I would wear a hat because I always wear a hat.
The funny thing is I've already looked into it. I've already kind of I'm trying to get an idea of it. The problem is I have to redesign our logo for it to work. And
for it to work on a hat?
Correct. So that's where we're at with that. So I appreciate all the texts. I appreciate the emails. I appreciate the DMs. We're getting there. We're getting to that point. We're also going to open up a platform on our website when we can finally get some like a little bit more revenue going. And we'll push with that. So I got you, Sai. No problem, man. That might be the first time I've gotten a compliment from Sai, so I appreciate that, brother. But yeah, we got you. It's gonna be some fun stuff. We got big plans, but this might be the first time we've ended our show. Not ended, but like finished our topics on time.
And honestly, I like it. And this is going to be another behind the scenes thing we do in front of everyone. I kind of like just doing like the last 10 minutes, just kind of chatting, just talking to the people.
Third Down Thursdays fireside chat.
Ooh, I like it. How many? You got at least 5 beers in you? Is that why your creative juices are flowing?
No, 1, 2.
Oh my goodness! I think that's a Guinness World Record for fewest beers and most creative idea combination from Bruce.
Fireside chat with Third Down Thursdays.
I like it.
That's kind of funny. That's gonna be that. See, you know what we should do is like we should have a T-shirt now with like a fireside.
A bonfire.
Yeah, not even a bonfire. Oh, we could do bonfire for summer, but around winter time.
You could do you and me sitting next to a bonfire.
No, we need to include
parts of us.
We need to get Richie and Eric in there too. So with Eric, we'll have the comb over look. With Richie, we'll have the ponytail. With you, we'll have the curly hair.
Yep.
I'll just be bald.
I love it. Now we just have to get somebody to design it. And yeah, for winter, we have a fireplace.
Richie was talking in my ear when you said that, MJ. What'd you say?
I said, and then for winter, we have a fireplace.
Exactly. It'll be for like a holiday type thing, man. I like it. I enjoy it. I think it'd be fun. Let me do this one more time. Let's go.
Hey, great.
Love you, buddy.